Hi there and welcome back to Hair Romance. I'm Christina and this is the Good Hair Q&A series where I'm answering your hair questions. Now today's question, which is day 7, is all about eyebrows and hair colour. This great question was sent in via email and Donna writes in, I have a question related to hair colour. If you're changing your hair colour, should you also get your eyebrows dyed the same colour? Even with slight hair colour variations, I get a little self-conscious that my eyebrows are not quite the same colour. Am I being too hypersensitive? I love it if you could discuss it. Thank you so much for this question, Donna. And please don't be too harsh on yourself. I always think that we notice details about ourselves more than anyone else. And I have this little bit of a rule with what I think is a good balance when you're looking at your eyebrows and your hair colour. And that is, blondes should have eyebrows 1 to 2 shades darker, and brunettes should have eyebrows 1 to 2 shades lighter. This works out so that your eyebrows aren't too extreme, but in saying that, I always think rules are made to be broken, and if it's something that suits you or a style that you like, go for it. I also checked my theory with my brow guru, Lien Davies of Brow Confidence. I've been seeing her for maybe 5 years, and she's been an absolute star at reshaping my eyebrows that I had overplucked. And for her, she always thinks it's a good idea to go with whatever your natural colour is. And if you do want to change your colour, to speak to your hairdresser about mixing up a custom colour. She also really does warn against bleaching your eyebrows. Her reason is that the bleach can actually cause your eyebrows to go kind of orange, and when they grow back, they'll grow back really unevenly, and that can lead to sparse looking brows, and also problems with your hair growing back properly as well. So while it might seem like a good idea at the time, there are some long repercussions with dyeing your eyebrows. It's best just to focus on the shape and fill in any gaps and go with a colour that really suits your complexion. And when you're thinking about it, when you notice other, say, actors or celebrities, most of the time their eyebrow colour stays exactly the same, regardless of what their hair colour is. If you are thinking of changing your hair colour dramatically, I would have a chat to your hairdresser about how your brows can match. And just remember that you can always use a matte eyeshadow and a small fine brush to fill in any gaps and slightly tone your eyebrows, which can be a much less risk way than dyeing your eyebrows. And I'm just going to add this on here because, just for safety, I do not recommend that you dye your eyebrows yourself at home if you haven't done it before, and always be safe using any strong chemicals around your eyes. This is something that you should definitely speak to a professional about. So if you like a rule, definitely go with 2 shades darker for blondes, 1 to 2 shades darker for blondes, and 1 to 2 shades lighter for brunettes, and work within what your natural eyebrow colour range is. And a note for redheads, most eyebrow pencils are never the right match for you anyway, so a matte shadow is going to work best. And if you are colouring your hair into a redhead, just stay with your normal brows. You may want to tint them to a slightly medium brown if you have very fair brows and you have dark red hair, but don't try and go too much to the red spectrum. It always starts to look a little bit too fake and will be more noticeable than subtle. I hope this helps, Donna. And keep changing your hair colour. Obviously this isn't my natural colour, and I do think it's about having the most fun with your hair. There's still time to add in more questions for this month's Good Hair Q&A series, so leave me a comment below or find me on Instagram. I'm at Hair Romance. I'd love you to subscribe so you don't miss my next video, and hit like if you're enjoying this series. Have fun with your hair, and I'll see you next time. Bye.